Okay, the final review video on Islam. Alright, Islam is the final of the monotheistic religions that we're going to discuss. It's the newest of the monotheistic religions, and it's connected to all of the others. There's a great story, really, that talks about this connection. You know, all of the monotheistic religions are traced back to Abraham, the patriarch. In fact, many texts will call them all together Abrahamic religions, because they all go back to that moment when Abraham decided that he was going to worship Yahweh and Yahweh alone. And there's a story about Abraham. Abraham and his wife Sarah were unable to have children. And so Sarah gave Abraham permission to have sex with his concubine, a woman named Hagar. And that Sarah said that she would raise Hagar's son as their son, and that their son would be the heir. And so Hagar had a son named Ishmael. And Sarah and Abraham raised Ishmael as their son for quite a long time, but eventually they were given their own son by the name of Isaac, and he was given to them miraculously by God. And so the story goes in the Jewish scriptures that Abraham sent Ishmael and Hagar out into the desert to wander, and that they became the Ishmaelites, another Semitic sect within the Arabian Peninsula. In Islam, the story is told a little bit differently. In Islam, Hagar is the second wife of Abraham. She's a legitimate wife, and her son is a legitimate son of Abraham. And she's sent away by Abraham after Abraham and Sarah have Isaac, and she's sent into the desert, and that her son becomes the progenitor of the Arab people, and that Islam can trace its ancestry all the way back to Abraham. In fact, if you look at Islam as an outgrowth of Judaism and of Christianity, and in a way as a response to what it sees as the excesses of Judaism and Christianity, it helps to understand Islam incredibly. And so let's look at a couple of these things. First, what does Islam mean? Islam comes from a root. The root in Arabic is SLM. Which is the same root as the word in Hebrew, which they're connected languages, for the word shalom. In Judaism, shalom, or in Hebrew, shalom means peace. And salem in Arabic also means peace. Islam is peace, but it also means a submission to Yahweh. And so I think a great definition of the word Islam is the peace that comes from total submission to the will of Yahweh. And that's really what Islam is about. It's about submitting oneself entirely to Allah. Now,